AY multi-character toggle. With AY multi-character, several attributes of the character can easily be controlled using the toggle panel. And I'm going to take you through different attributes that can be controlled using that function. So the first one here is the subdivision. What this does is it helps you deactivate the subdivision of the character. And the implication of that is a more responsive scene, a faster scene when it comes to animating your character. So I'm going to show you what this does. So when I click on the subdivision, you can see how smooth the character looks. It looks smoother than it was when the subdivision is turned off. And then if I select the heart of the character, for example, you can see the subdivision modifier here, and it's currently turned on. So if I want to turn this off, I really don't have to select the mesh of my character and then try to turn it off here manually. So it's just faster for me to do that through the AY panel here by turning off the subdivision. And now when you go to the mesh, you can see it's turned off. So it's a fast way of working by just turning it on and off depending on your need at that point in time. So the next one is the solidify. Now some of the parts of the character's outfit here has the solidify modifier. So if you uncheck that, you can see this part of the jacket looks thinner, but when it is active, you can see it has a bit of thickness to it. So that's what this does. So you check your solidify and uncheck depending on what you really want at that point in time. So corrective smooth as well. You can activate your corrective smooth or deactivate it. And the influence can be seen on the character's hips this way. So just turn it on and off. All right, now the next one is the hair particle. AY character does not come with air particle by default, but you can create your own air particle and then connect it to this to make it work. We have a video on how to do so, on how to set it up. So check out the video and you should be able to set up your own hair particle with AY multi-character. Now the next option I have here is the SRM, that stands for the specularity, roughness, and metallic. And these can be seen by checking out other panel here. So I'm just going to go to the top and show you. So we have SRM here where you can change the specularity, roughness, and metallic of a particular material. So if you don't need that in your character, you can easily turn the SRM off. And when you do this, it takes out the option from this panel here, right? So the next one is the pattern. The pattern is the same thing too. We have the pattern here that you can easily change the pattern here by just tweaking these values, right? But if you don't need that, you can also uncheck and pattern goes off, right? So check it on and uncheck. And then pattern goes off. Also for the bump, you need to come in here to see what the bump does, right? So I'm going to turn off the bump for now. And as you can see, the mesh looks very flat without the bump. But when you activate the bump, that gives it more life, adds a bit of depth to it. And the same thing applies to the bump. When you turn it off here, it goes off from the attribute under this top here. And every other attribute that has bump too would also be hidden. Then the last one I want to talk about here is the animation rig. So for AY multi-character, under the layout panel, the animation rig is turned off by default. So even though you have it activated here, you won't see it. But when you go to the animation tab, you can see your rig. Your rig is there, right? And then by default, and then if you want to make sure your rig is shown, is visible in the layout, all you need to do is just come here and check bones. So once bones is checked, you can easily see when your animation rig is visible or not. So I'm just going to turn this off and you can see toggle it off and on. So when you want to animate or pose your character, you can easily do that instead of going to hide the rig from the sync collections here.